Hey everyone, want to talk to you a little bit about the Sacramento County, Sacramento City levee system. So in Sacramento there is a ton of levees to protect the city and the county and surrounding areas from flooding. Well, in the area that I happen to live in, there are levees which people are claiming are privately owned. Now the city has failed to make it accessible to the rest of the residents in the area, and you have homeowners that are claiming that they own the levee from their side all the way over to the other side, and if you were to walk on the publicly maintained levee, it would be trespassing. It's interesting how there's a divide in this thought process. Now, either these were older homesteads that through property rights were passed on, and for whatever reason these individuals or these properties were allowed to maintain their status of having this as their property. However, levees are not maintained by the homeowners. They are funded by federal, state, and local taxes. They are maintained by federal, state, and local entities. And they don't do, the Army Corps of Engineers, for example, City of Sacramento, County of Sacramento, where it's applicable, maintain these levees. Department of Water Resources inspects these levees. So the homeowners are not, okay, so you own this, say you own this property. Are you going out there, are you cutting back the overbrush? Are you maintaining the levees as far as your integrity? No, they're not. This is their private property with public funds. Public access is denied in some areas. Like there's a fence down that way a little bit that completely blocks off the levee from continuing walking on levee. Now, if I was to continue on the levee a couple miles down the way, you get some fantastic views, and you have some public access to fishing if you're a fisherman, but then you hit another chain link fence that a property owner has put up and over the levee to prevent people from walking on their property. And I'm about to show you exactly what I was talking about with the limited access to the levee system. Now this is a public access that I'm going through. Goes right up onto the levee. If this wasn't a public available levee, why would you have a public access? And immediately to the right, what do we have? We have a chain link fence set up that goes all the way down to the water's edge almost. It cuts off your access to the rest of the levee on a property that is privately owned that has no house on it. And they claim it's a maintenance area. And here you go. Let's see what it says. Sacramento Parkway Project. Yeah. So projecting your limited access to the Sacramento Parkway. Oh, check that out. See, this is what you miss out on. That is a baby bald eagle, if I'm remembering correctly. He's learning how to fly. There's actually a bald eagle nest right down the road, a couple blocks down the road. They're in a redwood tree. There's 3 eaglets and a mama eagle right here on the Sacramento River. Amazing. The minute that one of these homeowners decides that they're going to pay for the entire maintenance of the levee, and I'm talking about they've been doing some serious maintenance on these levees the past couple years, where they're actually going down, removing, these are government agencies through contractors, adding rocks, removing brush, actually maintaining the levee. When these homeowners are forking out that money for their portion of the levee that they think that they own, then yeah, go ahead. Block it off, put up a stupid fence, and make stairs from your house to the levee. You know, they can't do that. The city has been slowly buying out homeowners, when a property transfers from one person to another, the city will actually, I remember reading, they paid $90,000 to compensate a homeowner for a pathway that they built into the levee leading up onto the levee, never mind that it would affect the integrity of the levee, but the homeowner built it, so they were compensated for them spending money on something that shouldn't have been on a levee that would endanger the rest of the neighborhood. It's ridiculous. The city of Sacramento, buy them out. Whatever you have to do. I hate to say that. I know I'm huge on private property, but when you have a public project, a public maintained levee, one, isn't yours, and two, it should be accessible to everyone that is a resident of the city or county or entity. It's absolutely ridiculous, the hodgepodge of this is private property, this isn't private property. You can't pass on a public levee next to a river because someone owns it. You want to own the property on the other side of the levee, and there is property there, fine. Like the property behind me, I'm sure is privately owned. And you want to own the property that's on your side of the levee where your house is at, that's fine. The levee right here, this levee, that's not yours. Everyone else paid for it. You can't gatekeep this stuff. So hopefully, the city of Sacramento will finally put this garbage to rest and fix the problem that they created and let fester. Thanks for watching. I know it's a little bit of a rant. It's more specific to the area that I live in, but at the same time, it's like you think about homeowners dictating what the public can and can't do with public property. Thanks for watching.